Okay, we're going to do the Inventor mirror tutorial, and the mirror tool is what we're going to be using. So if you'll look here at the list of what we're going to be doing, of course it's a lot of sketching, extruding, 2D sketches, horizontal dimensions, vertical dimensions. We'll get into all that. And then we flip over. We got about a couple pages here, so you're going to be creating a hole and then mirroring that hole across a certain plane. So if you'll notice, we'll do a plane down the middle, basically slice the middle of the piece down the center of it, and then your final part should look like this. Of course, we'll color it like we usually do and print it off so that I can tell that you did it yourself. So that's the whole point of us changing colors on stuff and printing it off, so I can see that you did it and not copying somebody else. So make sure that that doesn't happen. Alright, so Inventor Mirror Tutorial. So I'm going to read through this just like I always do. It says, the CAD programs allow the designer to mirror images across lines, which is a useful tool when designing parts that have high degrees of symmetry. Create a new Inventor part, standard.ipt, then click on 2D Sketch, select the XY plane, and keep this in inches. So let's go ahead and set that up like we always do. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here. Alright, so we're going to create a new standard.ipt, double click on that, and then once it pulls up, you're going to make sure that we're set, well, let's follow the steps, so give it a minute. So we're going to create, we got an ad. Okay, so start 2D sketch, so we'll click the XY plane, and then we're going to go to the tools area, select document settings, go to units, and then make sure inches is selected, so we have inches selected there. Okay, and so now let's go back to our sheet and read the rest of the steps. It says, now that we've clicked on Start 2D Sketch, select the XY plane and kept this in inches, now we're going to create a sketch. So we're going to sketch a rectangle that's 3 by 3 in dimensions. So finish the sketch. So remember, it's 3 tab 3, and then enter when you get it in there. So we'll click 3D, well, we've already started 2D sketch, so we go over to the sketch tab, click rectangle, then we'll click the center button where the origin is. Now drag over, don't click a second time, do tab 3, and then hit enter, and it should come out. If you click the house button, the home button, it should be a 3 and 3. Right now it's showing the little parallel constraints there. You can turn that off, but I'm not worried about that right now. So we're going to go to the extrude tool. We got to finish sketch first, right? So it says right here, finish sketch, and then we're going to extrude 1 inch. Alright, so finish sketch, extrude the profile 1 inch. So that right here is, you just say 1 inch, so I'm going to do that, and now have a square that, square, the 3 by 3, that is a cube now because it comes out, well, not necessarily a cube, but it's cubic in shape. So we have a 3 width, a 3 height, and a 1 depth. Okay, and so we're going to create a sketch on the rectangle according to the sheet right here. So we're going to start another 2D sketch, sketch a circle on the rectangle in the bottom left hand corner as shown, and then we're going to dimension the circle's circumference to 0.5 inches. That's 5/10 of an inch, or 51/100 of an inch. In other words, half an inch. Alright, so we're going to go over to start 2D sketch. Then we're going to click on the face of it, the front of it there. Start a circle in the bottom left hand corner just like this, and I want it to be 0.5 inches. So I'm going to tap something there. Okay, now there we go. So we have a circle that's 0.5 inches, and I hit enter. Okay, so we should look something like our sheet now here. Circle down in the left hand corner that's 5/10 of an inch, or half an inch. So we're going to dimension the circle now. We're going to do a horizontal dimension, make sure that the dimension tool is selected, click on the left hand side of the circle, then click on the left hand side of the rectangle. So left hand side, and then dimension to 0.5 inches. So let's do that now. So we'll go to the dimension tool and click that. So we'll go to the left hand side of the circle and the left hand side of the square, and we need to make that, what did we say, 0.5 inches. 0.5 0.5 inches, just like that. Oops. I click the dimension. Pull this keyboard over here so it'll be in the way. So 0.5 inches. Now if you'll look here, I've got a 1/2 inch circle and I've got a 1/2 inch dimension from the left hand side there. Okay. Now I'm going to tab and see what we got to do for the vertical dimension. So we just did the horizontal dimension. Now we're going to do vertical dimension, which is to click the bottom of the circle, then click the bottom of the rectangle and make that 0.5 inches. Finish sketch and then click extrude and choose to cut the circle through all. Okay, we'll go through all those steps. Alright, so we're going to dimension from the bottom of the circle to the bottom of the square. And if you'll notice, it's 0.386 and mine. Yours could be different, so I'm going to click there and put 0.5 just like we did last time. So now we've got an evenly spaced 1/2 inch from the corner here, a 1/2 inch circle, and then it says finish the sketch and extrude this circle. So I'm going to click the profile of this circle and we're going to cut through all. And don't forget, if you hadn't clicked finish sketch up here, do that please, that right check mark up there. Alright, extrude the circle, so I click profile, I click on where the circle is. If you'll notice it's extruding, I don't want it to do that, I want it to cut. So if I hover over this, it should say cut, but it's not. This second button right there, click that second button so you'll see it's cutting through, but it's cutting through to a distance of 1 inch. I don't want it to go just 1 inch, I want it to go through all, which really is all, but make sure it says extents all there, okay? And then click OK. And if you hover over, if you click on the front end, you should see that that's an open circle. Click that corner piece like that, and you should see that you've got to cut through all. Alright. Okay, now we want to mirror the hole on the opposite side of the face. To do this, we first need to create a plane. So we're going to create a plane. If you'll notice, it's somewhere in the middle of the ribbon right in here. It says creating a plane. Click on the drop down arrow of the plane command and choose offset from plane. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll choose offset from plane just like that. And then we're going to click on the right face of the rectangle as shown and enter negative 1.5 inches, which is half of 3 inches, by the way. 3 inches is the width, so we're going to go halfway. If you'll notice, this is kind of orange right in here on the right face, so we'll go negative 0.5 inches, and it's going to put a slice right down the middle is what's going to happen. The material on the left side of the plane will be mirrored on the right. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's go back and look at what we need to do first. Let's click on the drop-down menu arrow of the plane command and choose offset from plane. So let's do that now. So plane, drop down arrow, you see where I click there, right here, and we'll click offset plane, and then you'll click on the right hand side, so you'll look at the view cube over there, that's that way, and then you can click on the right side, but I'd rather just click on the image itself on the right side like that. And remember, it's coming out this way, so I want it to be negative 1.5, I'm sorry, and then click check mark. And so now you've got a slice right down the middle of your shape. Alright, and it says right here, so we're fixing to mirror across that basically. So we're going to mirror the image. Now that our plane has been created, look for the mirror command located in the pattern panel, and then we're going to choose the mirror tab, click on the mirror plane. That plane is right in here, okay? And then click on the mirror plane tab in the mirrors dialog box. So let's go back to these 3 steps here. Now now that our plane has been created, look for the mirror command located in the pattern panel and choose mirror tab. So if you look up here under 3D model ribbon, you'll go sketch, create, modify, explore, work, features, and pattern. Pattern is the tab that we need to go to on the ribbon, and if you hover over this little part here, it says mirror. It has two little pieces facing each other like that, so we'll click that. Then you'll click mirror plane. That's the second tab here. Mirror plane. This is the plane we want to mirror, so we click on the mirror plane right there. So you'll see it's highlighted in blue. It was yellow, now it's blue. And then we click on the circle that we want to mirror. That's you'll click on the outer edge of that circle, just like that. And if you'll notice, there's a little green circle over to the right. and it's not going to fill in that cutout circle until I click OK. So once I click OK, then notice I have two cut through shapes, and so I'll turn that around on the front and then turn it back to the side so you can see that I've got it there. Okay, and then the sheet says right here to remove a plane from view. So we're going to remove the plane from view, find the plane in the browser. The browser is over here in this little section, and right click on it and uncheck visibility. So we're going to go over here to the right, and we're going to look for where it says work plane right there. If you'll look, mine's already blue, so I'm going to just click on that. And now if you'll notice it's highlighted blue, right click on that word and go down. Let me show you how to do this. Right click on that and you go down to visibility and turn off visibility. See, I had to click it twice. So click visibility, and then you see how there's a check mark there on visibility. I check it again and it's gone. Okay. Now we're just going to color the shape. So I go to the quick access toolbar at the top and click default, and I'm just going to change it to a different something visible so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just doing this just because I want you guys to be able to print off something that I can tell you did by yourself. So I'm doing mine in red. If yours is red, then so be it, but your partner should not be red, so I'm clicking that. Okay, and this is what it should look like when you print it off.